Do you bounce when you're fighting somebody? In that case, you're doing the right thing because the best fighters on the planet always bounce when they are fighting somebody. Whether it's boxing, taekwondo, karate, MMA, or something else. But the question is why and how can we develop our ability to move around and bounce effortlessly? In this video, I'm gonna teach you my number one exercise to improve your bouncing ability in fighting. Plus, I'm gonna share three common problems or misconception about bouncing in sparring. So keep watching. So let's start with the basic question why? Why would you wanna bounce and move around like a bunny when you're fighting somebody? Isn't it better to just stand still, get ready to punch or kick and be more precise, unstable in your movements? Well, it depends on your fighting style, right? But also your body type. If you are lightweight, if you are featherweight, then you wanna move around because you can. You wanna be a bouncy and explore the different option there are in fight because your fighting style when you're light relies more on speed. And here's the thing, if you have two cars, one is standing still and the other is already in motion, which one will you be able to accelerate the fastest if you push them? Well, obviously the one that is already in motion. That's why if your fighting style relies on speed and if you are a smart person, you wanna bounce even more than somebody who's heavy, big and strong. Because if that's the case, then you wanna save energy for those bam bam power shots that you're gonna rely on in your fighting style. It's all about economy of motion and it depends on your body type plus your fighting style. Now, here are my top 3 mistakes that I see people doing when they are bouncing in fighting. Mistake number 1, it's not about jumping up, up, up. It's actually about dropping down, down, down. And the reason for this is simple. You wanna align your neuromuscular relaxation with the force of gravity. You wanna go with nature, not against it. It takes a lot of energy to constantly jump up, and move your whole body mass away from the earth. But if you just follow along with gravity and drop, then that means you can then redirect your drop into the horizontal space by relaxing and going instead of tensioning and moving, with also is really bad way of attacking because it telegraphs your intention. Your opponent can immediately see when you are pushing away, but it's harder to see when you are staying relaxed and just dropping and going, right? So that the first misconception is you should not be jumping, you should be dropping. The second biggest mistake that I see people doing when they are bouncing around in the fighting is that they only move in one place of motion. This makes you predictable. Instead, you wanna move not just in vertical space but also in the horizontal space. You wanna move around sideways, front to back, right to left, diagonally. You wanna even turn around maybe because you wanna explore the different option there and see the opening and angle in your opponent defense. If you are just standing in one place, dropping down, 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 then that makes you an easy target. Imagine if you are a hunter, right? And you have your rifle and you see the animal you wanna kill. Which animal is easier to kill? The one that's standing still and jumping, or the one that's jumping all over the place? The answer is very simple, right? And you don't wanna be an easy target, so instead of just moving up and down, try to move right and left. sideways in the lateral space as well, and try to incorporate 360 degrees of movements, and that was the second misconception. Now, the third mistake is this, and it's super common, especially when it comes to beginners who are just starting to learn how to bounce and move around in their fighting. Here's what you do: you move around, you're really good at evading and finding opening and angles, but then when it's time to attack, you suddenly stop and then you punch, kick, a strike, or whatever. And that a big mistake, because that sends a visual signal to your opponent that here comes an attack. And that's a big mistake, because you don't want to be a predictable. You want to move and go with flow, right? You want to hide your attacks into your movement, into your bouncing. So next time you're fighting, instead of moving and stopping to punch or kick or attack, try to combine your attacks with the bouncing to hide them. So you became like a ninja, unpredictable and undetectable. Now, are you ready for one awesome exercise that can improve your ability to bounce when you're fighting? Then check this out. All you need is a jumping rope, two of them actually, but here I am using karate belt, and you're gonna do this. You're gonna put them on the floor in the shape of X. Now, there's only one rule in this exercise: you can't touch the pink rope. Okay, in this case it's pink. I don't know what color your belt has, but you can't touch it even if it is not pink. So you stand in your fighting stance, and it doesn't matter what martial arts you practice. If you are a taekwondo practitioner, maybe it's more sideways. If you practice, I don't know, wrestling, you probably have more of this type of stance. That's not the point. The point is to improve your ability to bounce and move around. Your job is to, for 1 minute, move around on your own around this rope. But you cannot put one foot here and one foot there. You have to move both legs together all the time, because that's not practical. That's not how you're fighting. You don't want to put your entire body weight in one space and then in another space, right? You want to have your whole mass with you at all time. So you just move around on your own, and it's up to you where you want to move. Oops. See what I did there? Mistake. What happened when you do a mistake? 10 push-ups. Right? You get the point? All you need is 2 ropes or 2 belts, and then it's your job to move around and practice your bouncing without touching the ropes or belt. And if you can, try to drop instead of jumping. Try to also move in all planes of motion, not just up and down. And finally, if you do attacks, don't stop before you attack, but incorporate the movement into your attack. And that's it for today. I hope this video helps you improve your understanding of how to bounce, when to bounce, why to bounce, and the 3 most common problems, plus that exercise I just showed you. Train hard, good luck, and have fun.